Greetings, Basic Composition English 002 students. This is my pre-recorded run-through of what I wanted to talk about for tonight's lesson. I probably will include something for Thursday as well, because I usually only get through about 3 or 4, 5 slides tops per lesson, and obviously I want time to be able to go through some exercises with you later during the live session. So what I'm going to do right now is run through the PowerPoint that I had planned for you guys. This is actually a straight continuation from what I had before break, for those of you who showed up before break. For some of you, good job getting out of town while you can, and for the rest of you, you got some things to look forward to in terms of continuing what we did before. If you missed some of those notes from pre-break, I will probably post the week 8 content on DTL and D2L, and it'll have what I'm going over tonight as well as what we did before break, which very much connect. And in the meantime, what we'll do is do some quick run through of what we want to talk about. So we're at the point now where, sorry, I need to bring up my video so you can see me. That's how this particular program works. Obviously, during the live sessions, I will use Zoom, but Zoom is experiencing a glut of content and people trying to use it. So what I'm trying to do is offset that by presenting mostly uninterrupted presentation by my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm that nerdy where I have a nerdish YouTube channel. Feel free to learn about some historical content or philosophical content or some Latin content while you're at it. I'm a bit of a humanities Swiss Army knife in that respect. But in the meantime, let's talk about Christopher Walken. No, just kidding. You can go watch your own Christopher Walken movies. You have so much time on your hands. I'm sure that you can devote some of that time to our dear, beloved Christopher Walken. In the meantime, this is continuing on, so I'm just going to assume that you've looked through everything before now, and here is what I have regarding the introductory paragraph of an essay. So, where do we start? Well, the basic elements of the essay is your hook, your wow sentence. I know we talked about this before break, even the Tuesday before break, and some of it with the Thursday before break. What I prefer to call the hook, it's fine. Wow sentence, what I want you to look at is the purpose. It's meant to both state what you're talking about as well as capture the reader's attention. What I wrote down here is rhetorical question. It works, but I think you could do better. And then you have analogy. This is to this, as that is to that. Maybe. Okay. Description. Basic, right? This is probably something you've used often. I am a fan of a good, and I do state good, quotation. I love a well-meaning and appropriate anecdote to give a segue into an introductory paragraph. And then, of course, lastly, we had one of the students mention before break some provocative assertions, which when we get to the actual essay prompts, or at least our practice prompts, you'll see that they might elicit some provocative assertion, and that's cool. That's fine. In fact, it's my favorite. So you have least favorite, rhetorical question, and then my favorite is the provocative assertion. Just be wild about it. If you think you can prove it, or even saw just a little bit, then go for it, man. Make it interesting for your instructors, for the reader, whatever, to read. We're more likely to overlook any issues otherwise. So what I want you to do, and obviously you can pause the video and take a look at this. I'll read through it. For the following topic, write both a hook and an introduction. So this is what I want you to come to the live session with. Feel free to use an internet-ready device. Obviously, you're at home, so you're using one. But I want to present the best possible information, so take a look at it. Feel free to experiment. What I want you to write about is climate change. So in your essay, you'll present a thesis that either recognizes the effects of humanity on the global climate or argue against humanity's effect on Earth's climate. Keep in mind that the amount of information regarding the topic will overload your ability to present the information in an introduction. So obviously you have to synthesize, a word I've used before, and refine what you want to present in this hypothetical fake essay that you're going to write. Obviously this is not what a real essay is going to be about, but this is the practice session. So take a look at what that is. If you want to argue for human cause of climate change, then go look. And if you want to argue against it, then go look at that. Be mindful of worthy scholarly websites. If you're looking at flatearther.com or whatever, you're probably looking at something that's not going to be included in an academic paper. Otherwise, go and pause the video, go take a look. Okay, so you paused it. I'm going to keep going. So you've had the chance. We're going to come back around to class. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through those other slides a little bit more again, sort of field questions. And then what I really want to do is zero in on what you see here with the introduction practice. We'll talk about it, and then we'll go forward to right now. All right, let me move my video box here. This is what I want you to do. This is the same set of prompts I used before break. What I want you to do is write a rough draft of an introduction for one of the three hooks you chose. If you don't remember what hook you had, you didn't keep it, whatever, fine, write something new. But what we have is Black Lives Matter / police brutality, the massive influx of marijuana legalization across the United States of America could be a topic that you argue for or against, and we should have states allowing to secede from the union, like people have proposed, both California and Texas do, for instance. And then there's the other idea of gene editing, CRISPR. We talked about that one day in class, like the movie Gattaca that some of your teachers made you watch. All of that has to do with the same concept. And lastly, the idea of television, whether or not we're living in the golden age of television. Some of you are experiencing lots of Netflix right now, so or Hulu, or Amazon, or CBS All Access, or whatever streaming platform you're currently using, which I imagine a lot of you were doing that, maybe ad nauseum to the point of boredom. Stay inside, y'all, wash your hands. But in the meantime, take a look at these. Go ahead and pause me, and I will click on my YouTube video. This is Fat Boy Slim with Christopher Walken dancing. Apparently, he actually did used to dance, as in professionally. He's actually a child star, but he was trained for show business, y'all. Go ahead. You go ahead and write your hypothetical. You already wrote your introduction for climate change. Now I want you to write your introduction for one of those topics that you see presented here. There you go. Clicking on Christopher Walken, which I won't watch all of, but, while you're working. While the technology is working. It's still working? Okay, well, on my PowerPoint that I actually put up on the D2L, you guys can click on that.